The Momentum UK Household Financial Wellness Index has been launched, providing an in-depth look at the state of the nation's finances.
Financial wellness is about taking a holistic view of your finances, both short-term planning and long-term planning, but also how you would fare financially should the worst happen. And it's not about how much money you earn or how big your house is or how often you go on holiday. It's about much more than that.
Researched and presented in collaboration with Bristol University, this is the first comprehensive index of its kind in the UK and, for the first time, provides a benchmark for understanding the nation's financial wellness.
Well, the index was created building on work that was first commissioned by Momentum in South Africa to really drill down into what defines financial wellness and what makes financial wellness. It's a completely different context in the UK, of course, so we almost had to start from scratch, just using the idea of financial wellness that was defined in the South African report. We had to go out and do a nationally representative survey of around 2,000 people because there really hasn't been much done on financial wellness in the United Kingdom before. And we use this data to form the majority of the index, which has now been published, also combined with some macro data from the wider economy. The thing that's different is obviously we're looking at financial wellness, which is a fairly new concept anyway, but we're also bringing in aspects of the macro economy, the wider economy, to inform the index. So people's score, we're saying, is made up of about 2/3 of their individual circumstances, behaviours, attitudes, but also about 1/3 of what's going on in the macro economy, the wider economy. So we look at things such as unemployment rate, GDP per capita and income inequality.
The results have provided a valuable view of the state of the nation and raised concerns for our future financial wellness.
The data shows that the older you get, the more financially well you are, which in some respects kind of makes sense. But also, maybe it's a little bit worrying. Is today's youngest generation going to be as financially well when they get a bit older?
The index findings show that the UK has learned valuable lessons after the recession, with 39% of the population able to measure their exact spending to within the nearest pound or two. However, half of all UK adults, nearly 26 million people, do not have any savings or investment products and make no effort to put any money away in case of a rainy day. 2 out of 5 people also don't have any assets such as pensions or property to fall back on in case of calamity, putting countless families at risk. 1 in 5 UK adults admit that they have not been able to make adequate provision for their retirement, which could lead to a potential crisis when we consider the wider implications of the greying population without any adequate retirement income. It may also come as a surprise that people living in the north have a stronger financial wellness score than those living in London.
There's a lot of renting in London, so a lot of people can't afford to buy their own homes. And we know that renters don't fare as well in terms of financial wellness. We also know that the population of London, of course, is much younger. And we know that there's a direct and continuous relationship between financial wellness and age. So the older one is, the more likely they are to be financially well. And clearly that younger demographic in London would suggest that that's one of the reasons, at least, why financial wellness is lower there.
So what does this mean for the nation? And what can we do to increase our financial wellness?
We're calling for people to get involved in their own financial wellness. There are some small changes that people can make that will have a big impact on their financial wellness. I would encourage people to make habits, positive habits, because once you've formed a habit, it's easy to keep doing. And that could be something as simple as setting up a direct debit into a savings account or managing your pensions. Taking the time to do that initially will have a benefit in the longer term. For more information, people can go to yourwealth.co.uk/financial wellness, where they'll find guides, information and tools, as well as the ability to find out how financially well they are and what their financial wellness score is.